Fit, by the way. I like
Thank
it.
you very much.
Yo, I like the. Yo, I actually really like the pouch. Anyway, are you a good person?
I don't know, man. What's your definition of a good person?
Now, what's your definition? My definition doesn't matter. I'm asking you.
Okay. The way I see it, a good person is. Thing is, humans are inherently selfish, right? If you're not selfish, I don't think you can succeed. Because in order to succeed, you have to put yourself above others. But that goes against the general definition of what people think a good person is. Because if I ask the cameraman, what's a good person, he'll probably say someone that's takes care of his mother, for example.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, sure. But if you take care of everyone, well, it's kind of difficult to take care of yourself.
Are you a good person?
Am I a good person? I would say that I am quite a good person.
What makes you think you're a good person?
I think that I've worked on myself quite a lot.
What have you done?
Just looked into things, how I would deal with different situations, and I think that I went through quite a big change in my life. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend. Now I have an amazing boyfriend, but I had a boyfriend previously, and it really made me look at my life differently.
What happened with your ex-boyfriend that destroyed you?
Oh my god, never destroyed me. No one's ever destroyed me. He slept with someone else.
Oh, I see.
Slept with someone else. But you know what? We were young. We learned from different situations. I just think that I've tried to be more kind to myself and to other people.
So, because you're talking a lot about yourself, what about all the selfless acts?
That I've done to other people.
Yeah.
Other things that I've done to other people, actual acts that I've done.
Yeah, because you're calling yourself a good person. 'Cause
Yeah.
the things you've done to yourself,
To
to other
myself.
people, but what have you actually done?
Done for other people. I guess donating, volunteering. I do a lot of volunteering.
What do
I
you do?
donate a lot. Clean. I live in Miami. I've lived in Miami for the past 8 years.
You live in
So a lot of,
Miami?
yeah. So a lot of to do with homeless people. Also I interact with homeless people. I don't just give money to them. You know,
Okay,
I actually
yeah.
create relationships with them. I do. I have
believe
relationships
you.
with people in Miami that are homeless. I guess you could say. Well, they are homeless, but yeah. Actually acknowledging people. Even when you go to the bathroom, saying thank you to the cleaners. When you're waiters are helping you with things, saying thank you and acknowledging people is such a big thing. And I think I've always done it, and my parents have raised me to always be like that.
Well, if you've always done it, then how?
I've
Then
always
what?
done it. God, yeah,
what
I
else
guess,
have you
that
done? What are the other things that put you out there? Because obviously anyone could do that. I do that. I'd say.
Yeah.
But what? So what are the other things that puts you out? Because otherwise, if everyone does, because most people do that here.
It's what makes me a different person, that why I'm
Yeah.
a good person.
Yeah. Because in that case,
Oh my
majority of
goodness,
people
yeah,
here are
okay,
probably
yes.
good people.
You're right. Yeah, I don't really know what really makes you a good person.
Would you say there's less empathy today in society?
My goodness.
Let's
wow,
change
it's
it up a
got
little bit.
really deep.
Sorry.
No, I feel there's more. I feel that we've gotten more light has been shone, right?
Yeah.
Shone onto is that a word?
Yeah, shot.
Okay.
I think
right?
so.
Is it a word?
Is it?
Onto mental health and smaller things single mums being black in society, where I think that being a minority, a lot of other things that I think that maybe social media has helped bring awareness to. And
Do you not think a lot of it's fake? So people fake empathy because they'll care about it in the
my
moment,
goodness,
but
for clout.
not
are you saying?
necessarily for clout,
Or
just
just
to make feel good. Yeah, for clout, feeling good about
themselves?
themselves, but it's not necessarily. They don't actually care.
Maybe. I don't know. I think that the people around me are quite genuine, and I would say that I'm a genuine person, and if I give someone empathy, then it's from my heart, you know, and I actually do care, and I want to help you be a better person.
Is that true?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you're being less selfish. And
So you're saying you've got to be selfish to take care of other people?
what?
Are you saying you've got to be selfish to take care of other people?
No, I'm saying you have to have a good balance.
You have to have a good balance. Okay.
That's the way I see it. A good person is someone that takes care of others, but in order for you to succeed, you have to take care of yourself as well, and that's a bit selfish. So a perfect balance is the way to go, as I see it.
Are you a good person then?
I think so. I think I found the balance, but then again, my balance probably is not the same as yours, for example, right?
Well, okay. That would describe to me. What's your balance?
I don't know. I think it's good to to have a certain amount of time dedicated for yourself.
Okay.
Like read a book. I don't know. Go to the gym. That's good. But then again, call your sister once in a while. Call your mum. I don't know. See how they're doing.
Yeah.
See how the grandparents are. I don't know. Probably go to their grandparents' house. See how they're doing. I like talk with them.
Would you say you're a good person?
I'd like to say so, yeah.
What makes you a good person?
I mean, I like to say I'm quite selfless. Like, I don't say I always put myself first, and I know you need to a lot of the time, but I'd say I've got a good balance of it.
Would you say there's fake empathy on social media?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, you know, like the guy before me was saying, like when people post stuff of like Ukraine or like whatever's going on like in Yemen or whatever, I feel like people just do it to join in, like they don't want to feel left out. And like, I think, well, yeah, I think it is a lot of just jumping on someone's back because someone's done that. Like, oh, I want to look good as well.
Do you think, actually it's a bit different, would you say people should get ID'd to have a social media account?
Definitely, I think so. Because like, I mean, I've never been a victim of trolling,
Facts, innit?
but like, I
Facts.
feel like people would be less likely to be a cunt on social media
Yeah.
if it got like, because if it can trace back to them, I don't think they'll be saying half the shit that they say.
No, I actually agree with that.
Mm.
I reckon there'd be more empathy if people were ID'd on
Yeah.
social media.
I think like have like a Twitter account or like Instagram, whatever. I think you should.
Mm.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think the people you surround yourself with matter to making you a good person? Or do you think your individual
Yeah.
acts can change it?
I'd-
So if you're friends with like a cheater
Yeah,
or
I'd
somebody
say-
manipulator.
Mm. I'd say a bit of both. Like from your original question, like, I think if it's around
She said
yourself.
it again. Excuse me. Shouldn't have known.
She came by earlier.
Yeah,
Trying to do it. It's too shy.
she's shy. Sorry, go on.
I was saying, but like I think you kind of become the person, people you surround yourselves with as well. Because like our friendship group, I'd say we're all pretty similar people, like in like the sense of our morals. Like obviously we got like different things, but like the sense of our morals, I'd say we're all very similar people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like say, I mean, I wouldn't be able to because I'm brown, but like say I was hanging around with a bunch of racists. I'm not saying you become one, but like, you know what I
You
mean?
start to adopt the ideas, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. Adopt the ideas. Yeah. So I say like obviously like being individual, being a good person, you become friends with like-minded people. So I guess you are similar to people you're friends with. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I sound like waffle, but yeah.
No. Do you ever think what good things do you do that make you a good person then?
I mean, to think of an example now is kind of hard. But
Anything small or big?
small and big. I'm a good person, I swear. I mean, I'll let you say like I do like the bare minimum. Oh, not bare minimum. I guess I say like.
What is the bare minimum?
I think it's like being polite, like hey, thank you, like please, thank you, and all that. Like you know, the first girl saying like, oh, like just be nice to waitresses and stuff, and waiters.
Having
I think,
manners, you
yeah.
yeah.
I think like even though like it's something everyone should be doing, I think everyone does anyway. Even if everyone does it, and I think it still makes you good.
Okay.
So I mean, if you don't, then you're a cunt, aren't you? You can blur me swearing, but you have
True.
to.
Oh, okay, I guess.
But,
But I
yeah.
guess if you don't do it, makes okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because everyone does it, doesn't it make like? Isn't it kind of normal? Not everyone,
Yeah, I guess
everyone,
normal,
but like.
I guess you're right.
Because if no one does it, they're a cunt. But if everyone does it,
Yeah, I think that should be the bar though. Of like it should just be something that you should do anyway.
and you don't. Oh, okay. Well, and
Yeah.
you're saying that isn't.
I guess yeah. I guess our generation it kind of is, but like say like you see like say we go out for like a restaurant or something, and there's like an old people on like older people on the table next to us. Like I feel like because I noticed as well like when we were in Amsterdam, like we always kind of put our plates together so it's easy for the person serving us.
Yeah.
Old people, they leave a fucking mess.
Yeah,
Like, it looks
yeah,
like a nightmare
they
to clean
do.
up. Like, we both work in hospitality as well. Like, I've noticed, like, in ages, like people, like, even like our parents, like in their 50s, they're a lot better. But like their parents, like 70s, 80s, they're never really. They're just like, oh no, that's their job. That's their job, isn't it? Sort of
That's
thing.
their job.
But I'd say, yeah, I feel like it's getting better though. People are a lot more polite, and I think.
Do you think there's more good people or bad people in society?
That's a good one. I don't know. I think
That's tough.
the average has to be in the middle, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Like,
It could
I
be
don't know.
somewhere
I
in the
like.
middle.
I'm assuming there's like a curve, right? And like most people are in the middle.
Mm.
Then you have like the really like good people that only take care of others, but probably they're feeling like shit because all they do is I don't know.
Yeah, just help other people.
Yeah. but then they don't really focus on themselves, right? Like,
okay.
for example, volunteers. What they're doing is actually honorable, but all they do is all the energy goes to other people. Like that's like when you think of a good person, you think of a volunteer,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Like you see those people that go to hospitals and say like they just give up their time for others.
Okay. What if that is their balance though? They volunteer, work, home life, their life.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's their balance, but probably their balance is different to like yours and mine, you know?
So you're saying that okay? So would you say there's not like an objective way, an objective
No,
way
no,
to be a good
no,
person? I think it
nah,
differs.
There can't be. I don't know, because everyone's, you know, they all like grow up different, and probably your perception of a happy life is different than mine, you know?
There's not okay. So there's not one thing that there's not like a factual thing you would say makes someone good.
No. There is no such thing as like a good person. I don't know. It's all like, what's your opinion of like a good person? That's why like everyone will say different stuff. You know? Do you know what I mean?
My opinion, no. Well, actually, my opinion's kind of nearly the same as yours. That's why I'm trying to go against it. I'd say you've got to take care of yourself, and then if you're kind to other people, spreading positive energy, doing things that you know sometimes go out your way to help other people, then you're being a good person.
So that's your balance.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I sometimes don't. I'm sometimes too selfish. So sometimes I'm not good in that way.
Definitely. I don't think you're like in your balance every day. Some days you might be like on the one end, or like the very good person. Like, let's say you're out, I don't know, spending a day with your grandma, but you would like to go to that club,
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
you?
yeah,
But
yeah.
then the other day is like, okay, now it's me day, and I don't care about anyone else. So like, I don't know, maybe you're a good person one day, not the other. That's a good question. I don't know.
Would you say, okay, what about when it comes to relationships?
Mm-hmm.
How are you splitting that balance then? Because obviously you got to invest your time in that one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you can't make them your whole life.
I don't
Yes.
know. That's
What-
why
would you-
that's why people say like a good relationship is, again, the balance. Like you can't focus on the partner all the time.
Sweet. What were you saying? Okay, would you say there's a lack of empathy in society today?
Yes, but then again, if you look back, people didn't really have empathy like, I don't know, 1,000 years ago. It was all wars and stuff. Like, you can't really say people have empathy now, but they didn't. Like, people are inherently the same. So it's not like things have changed.
Isn't that a problem though? Do you think things should change? Earlier we had a guy come up here. He didn't want to be on camera, and he was saying he was a good person. Then he out of nowhere was just like, "Yeah, but I hate gay people." I was like,
What the fuck?
I was like, isn't that the problem though? Shouldn't you be changing? Because he was like, it's against nature, but shouldn't the ways change to accommodate everyone? To be good.
I mean, okay, so for my balance, taking care of me and taking care of others, right? He thinks he's taking care of others, but in reality, he's excluding a
group.
A group, yeah. So, according to my balance, no, he's not a good person. But maybe to him, to his little reality, he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, okay, you were talking about relationships, right?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
So, that's why, have you heard people say the best relationship is the one that you have the equal amount of time to yourself and to your partner. If you have too much time to your partner, then you kind of lose your sense of self. You lose
You lose yourself
I've
in
heard, yeah. I've heard so many people say I gave too much of my energy to the other person. I lost who I am, and then you hear the other
the flip side.
yeah, and you're I was let's say I was focusing too much on myself. I forgot I was even in a relationship. So it's all about the balance. We always keep on going back to the balance.
How do you find that balance then? Sorry, I'm just thinking. How do you find that balance? Not in relationships, just in general, being a good person, right? Because you might lose yourself in life, in your work life.
Yeah,
How do you find it then? What things do you do to keep your clear mind?
Well, in my wait, how does anyone find the balance, or how do I?
How do you find the balance? Yeah.
How do I find the balance? I don't know. So I don't really like clubbing, for example, but I like techno. So
Techno,
for example,
okay.
one weekend I might stay at home, I don't know, chill with my mates, or chill just by myself. Like, I don't know, watch Netflix, go like read a book or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next weekend I go to some techno club and bang, you know.
Good time.
Yeah, but like that's my balance.
That's your balance.
But
I
I'm
see.
guessing, I don't know, people find it with like trial and error, I guess.
Try and error, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree, I
like
agree.
if something works out, then keep it. I don't know.
What do you do?
What do I try?
No,
like,
what do you do in general? I mean, what do you do? What do you do?
I try, like I like gymming, for example. I like same with the balance, like body and mind. That's what the Greeks said.
I like
A healthy
it. I like
body is a
it.
healthy mind.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's another kind of balance? Like, I don't know. Like focus on yourself. I don't know. Focus on your body, focus on your mind.
And then you'll focus on others.
Yeah, and then you focus on others like equally. Like, yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you. That was cool.
Cheers, man. That was cool, yeah.
I
Do
don't
you live
know.
here? In London?
I'm Greek. I came 2 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, you good English, man. You're good
Thank
English.
you,
man.
thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
I wouldn't have thought you'd have lived
I
here.
just I had some English friends. It's quite funny actually. I just copied the way they talk. So I kind of like, I don't know. I taught myself how to speak. I don't know.
English. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
I
you,
wish
man.
you the best with your channel.
You too, man.
Have a good luck.
Have a nice day, man.
You too. I'll watch your video, bro. I'll watch your video.
Okay. Have a nice day, man. See ya. What would you say makes a bad person or a good person?
For me, what I look for, to grow myself and in others is to be a good Samaritan, to help those when they need it, to be there for other people, and to be humble, to be yourself, to not be fake. And in bad, there's so many bad things in the world.
If you do a bad deed, does the good deed go over the bad deed? If you make it, so do you say they cancel each other out, or is there?
If you reflect on it and you see that you were bad, I think there's always time for, to forgive yourself. I think that's really important, and to learn from it.
Okay,
We've all
okay.
done something bad.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's arrogant to say they're all good. I
No,
think.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I actually deleted Instagram. I don't have social media, and I feel like I've connected better with my friends, I do believe that social media is built upon fakeness, It's very addictive.
Do you think there's a lack of empathy in society?
Yes and no, to a certain extent. So I think it's also, who you surround yourself with. So if you have 5 empathetic friends, you'll be the 6th one because
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
bring each other together. You have common interests. With social media, there is a lot of, there is an even when I was on social media, I was just sending like, when you swipe up and
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
like in love face or like how are you? Like I didn't actually care. I just wanted, to see messages, to do that. And there'll always be people who are empathetic and that aren't. And I think it's good that you're raising awareness of it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
So, what's your name?
Sophie.
Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Max.
Bye.
Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you for sitting down.
Selfish at some point in your life because you can't be a good person if you yourself is not a good person.
Would you want to come sit back down?
Yeah, I want to say that again. Okay. So basically, I was saying is that like you said that you don't know if you're like that good of a person because
Yeah.
you feel that you can be a little bit selfish, and I feel that to be a good person, you have to be selfish at some point. To like as I was saying, like I fixed myself. And like really worked on myself that I could be the best person and be a good person to other people, and that's where like I feel that like could be a lack of empathy, because if I'm not a good person, if I haven't worked on myself and I'm not being selfish to myself, then I could be like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, like
Not
what can
really
I do to
like,
help
yeah.
you, like no, like it's so fake.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I actually do care and I'm a good person and I've worked on myself and I have been selfish at some point in my life, then I can like actually give you the tools and be like, you know what, like let's do this. You know what, like really help me to like get to the point like where I am in life and get through this. It's like blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you,
So
yeah.
you have to be selfish in life to be a good person, because if you prioritize everyone else above yourself, like you will be such a crappy person. We're all people, like we all want like praises, we want to feel good about ourselves.
Yeah, you want validation
You
from other
want
people.
validation, and like you have to, and like sometimes.
But
I
you don't think
that-
that's a toxic thing? Like wanting
No.
validation? You don't think?
No, I don't think that's a toxic thing. I think it's a toxic thing if you want validation because of your looks and things like that. Sometimes, to an extent,
Okay.
But that's why I feel that like you have to be Sorry, I like got off track with what I was saying, but you have to be like.
You have to be selfish. Wait.
You don't. If okay,
About
you need,
validation. About validation. yeah.
I would say that I need less validation than someone else sometimes because I love myself very much. So
Okay.
my validation is enough because I've been selfish and put myself first in
So,
situations.
you're validated. Yeah, okay.
You know
yeah,
what
I
I
agree.
mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So
yeah.
like, but it's of course like you want to like hear that you do well from your parents sometimes in grades. Like if your teacher says like, oh my goodness, what you wrote was so great. It's
Yeah,
so
it's good,
Like
yeah,
that's not negative. It's bad when you constantly need validation and you can't give yourself validation.
Nice. Oh yeah, I don't know what else I'd say. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. Yeah. Yeah. Are you a good person?
I think I am.
What makes you a good person?
I think I'm nice to people. Generally, I don't judge people. I think if someone's doing something, as long as it doesn't harm anyone, then I'm fine with it.
Do you think good deeds cancel out bad deeds you do in life?
I think neither cancels out the other, but even if you do good deeds, you can still be a bad person. Yeah, I think you can still be a good person and do some bad things.
Okay.
But
okay.
minor things like lying or cheating, things like that, you can
Okay.
still be a good person.
You think?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a matter of? Do you think they could still be good if they don't change the behaviour?
I think they should make an effort to change. I think anyone can change. But if they don't make an effort to change, then they're not a horrible person, but they're probably not the greatest.
I was saying to social media earlier. I think like I know like I'm saying like, like people just do it to piggyback, but I think it does bring light to a lot of situations as well. So it does bring awareness, I guess. So obviously like people might not do it in good spirit, but I mean it does still bring attention to something bad that's happening.
No, because I think okay, I get it. I get it, but then when people act as if they're helping, when they're like,
I mean,
you know when you got like, I don't know, like Emily posting shit on her story, or reposting like Save Palestine,
Yeah.
like, and they say they're helping. Like I don't think.
yeah, I mean, they're
I
not
think it's just
helping.
shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's shit. I don't think it's helping. And they say they're a good person for all that, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit, I
I wouldn't say that makes you a good person. But I'm saying for the situation, it does bring more awareness to it on those like little slidey things you see on in every account. So I mean, like, if it wasn't for those Instagram things, I probably wouldn't have known about like all them like the Uyghur Muslim thing in China or like Yemen. So I think it does like show like bring awareness to it, but I don't know. It's not.
No, actually, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
So-
I think it's just the way.
Yeah, it's the way they're doing it, I guess. Yeah. So I think, I mean, I can't speak for them. I don't post it myself, person. I don't. Yeah. But I feel like some people are like, oh, like, I'm posting, so I'm a good person. But I feel like if you do something thinking, like, oh, I'm a good person for doing this.
Yeah, that's
Are you
not
really?
Yeah, yeah. Are you
Yeah.
doing it just to tell yourself you are?
Yeah, exactly. Like you might be doing a good deed, but you're doing it because you know. I think you should do it instinctively. Obviously, I know you can't instinctively repost an Instagram thing, but
But yeah.
like other things, I'd be like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm good.
Yeah. Wait, so keep talking. I'm just.
Yeah, a waffle. Yeah, I can only have a question. I've run out of stuff to say.
Oh, hold up. I actually got other questions which I keep sidetracking on.
Yeah, I bet you can tell I'm used to being on the camera, can't you? Yeah. I've been on this thing called Blue Passports podcast before. I don't know if you've heard
Actually,
it.
that's all the questions I had. This is all that. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, it's just because it was raining. I wanted to check the camera.
No, that's fair.
It does look like it's raining more over there. I think this was under the tree as well.
Yeah, we've got a bit of cover. We've
Yeah.
got a natural umbrella.
Yeah.
Is that the interview?
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice.
sweet, mate.
Thank you, bro.
Take care.